Welcome to episode 6 of Witness, a podcast by me, Josh Engel. This week I want to talk about becoming a new creation. Or you want to share the gospel, know the gospel, not just with your head, but with your heart, and let it become a way of life. Because in Christ you are a new creation. The past doesn't define you. The past doesn't hold you back. It's died, right? So when Satan comes at you and accuses you, right, that's what his voice does. It accuses. It causes shame, guilt, and condemnation. His voice pins you to a corner and says, you're this, you're this, you're this. It tells you to identify with your sin. But that's all died. Like you can say, yeah, I was found guilty of that. But it's not who I am anymore. Why? Because I'm in Christ. That man died. That woman died. I've been made new. I'm a child of the living God. And the spirit that you received is adoption as sonship. You've now become sons of the living God. And this changes everything. Because think about this. There's not a single child that needs to earn their dad's love. Their true dad's love. Why? Because he chose them. This is what Ephesians chapter 1 says, that he chose us before the foundation of this world. Before this world was created, he chose you. Think about that. And he chose you to be holy and blameless in him, in love. He chose you to be in him. God chose you. You don't have to earn his love. You have his love. And he doesn't change his mind about you. And on your worst day is when Jesus died for you, and he loved you in that moment, meaning he'll love you in every moment. Once we recognize this, we don't have to earn our dad's love. Jesus accomplished everything on the cross. You've been created as his masterpiece, right? This is the grace of God through faith, not of ourselves. I can't boast of being in Christ. I can't boast of being a son. My confidence isn't in myself. It's in Christ and the finished work of the cross. But because of that, I can have confidence in God and who he's made me to be. Right? I am who I am because of Christ, because of God's love. I love because he first loved me. I can become love because I've received his love. You can't reject me. Why? Because you can't give me sonship. God has given me that. He's given me his love. And when you recognize that, it changes everything. When you recognize you've been made new, you've been brought into the family of God, and nobody in this earth can take you out of the family of God. Nothing can separate you from the love of God found in Christ Jesus. This is the end of Romans chapter 8. Nothing. There's no person on earth. There's no angelic or demonic being. There's no height. There's no depth. There's no place you can go that will separate you from the love of God found in Christ Jesus. He loves you. He loves you. And he calls you his beloved son. Look how much love the Father has lavished on us that he calls us his children. That's 1 John. Don't ever get over the fact that he loves you and that he sees you as his beloved child. You're not an unwanted stepson. You are a beloved son. You have all rights and heirs, or you are co-heirs with Christ in this kingdom. Right? You have all the rights and privileges as a son. You get to go to the throne of grace and approach your daddy's ear. Like every morning you wake up and you have his ear. Every morning you wake up and you have his heart. Why? Because he gave his son so that you could have it. He gave his very best. He withholds no good thing from you or me. But we have to recognize and believe that we've been made new. That past that you have doesn't define who you are. Christ defines who you are. When the enemy comes at you with accusations, you can tell him, that's who I was, but it's not who I am anymore because I am in Christ. I've been made new. He's renewed our mind. He's given us eyes to see. He's given us a new heart. We have to understand this. We need revelation of this. We need to speak this over ourselves because even our circumstances don't define who we are, right? You're having a bad day or you lost your job or something went crazy and your car broke down and you don't have money to fix it. Well, do you realize that you're a son of the living God and this is a circumstance, right? He works all things for good for those who love him. And you might be listening to this and thinking, how is that going to change my circumstances? Well, our God owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. He can shake the nations to bring in the finances for the kingdom. He can surely provide for you when you lean on him, when you rely on him. It doesn't mean it's going to be instantaneous, but it does mean he's going to carry you through, right? He says, you're going to face trouble in this world, Jesus said, but take heart, I've overcome this world. You are an overcomer because you are a son. Your circumstances don't change the fact that God loves you, that he has plans for you, has a hope and a future, that you're his beloved son that never changes. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this with somebody if these videos encourage you. And if you want to go deeper on these subjects, then check out my podcast, Witness, because this was a clip from the season 1, and you can find a link to it in the description below. Bless you guys.